Boys, I always knew the GM gauges are quite entertaining at times and misleading, but I figured I'd show you firsthand. So, what I'm trying to say, if you're really trying to get your vehicle all figured out, you should hook up to the ECU. I'll do my best to multitask here. So the bottom left-hand gauge is showing me 176 on coolant. The next one on the left-hand side is torque up, is oil temp is 192, and then the ambient temp outside. And the one to the right of that is charged air, charged temp. Anyways, the intercooler temp is this one, 165, and this is the PSI. So this is the turbo pressure, and that's mapped. What I wanted to underline, just a quick reference. Look at that, 176, right? Coolant. What does that look like to you on the coolant side of things? 205? That's quite misleading, you know? If you're a gearhead and you really like to follow your temps, you know, 510 PSI, 510 degrees is quite a bit, really. You know, it's the difference between pulling out of the throttle and keep pushing. So yeah, boys, you gotta watch your temps. I'm actually on another note, I'm actually really impressed because my thing was GM runs their vehicles too hot for emissions, or they run them too hot, but the reason behind it in my mind was emissions. But no, they actually run them just fine. That coolant temp at 176 and oil temp at 192 is very impressive numbers, really. I don't know how they're able to do the coolant so low. I want to watch this thing regen. I want to see the temps that it has on regen. I was just scrolling through the canisters, and I think DPF somewhere in the 600s right now on the Fahrenheit, which is not that bad. So yeah, one thing that's standing out to me right now is the cooling system on this L5P. Seems like it has sufficient cooling. So I'm not going to set this in stone, but right now what it's leaning towards is that the L5P, so comparing 17 to 17, or meaning 17 Cummins to 17 Duramax L5Ps, in its day they were ahead on the cooling system, but that's based off that gauge not moving much. When I was hauling, I don't know, I think I had about a 10, maybe 12,000 pound load behind this truck, and I was getting out of Spokane on Sunset Hill, and that gauge just kind of got up on 210, and that's it. So I was really curious what were the actual temps. So I'm not going to be towing anything heavy today, but I just want to see on the interstate, what are my mileage, you know, do some data, get a good idea what these L5Ps are doing. Right now we're just doing basics like I showed you. Coolant temp, oil temp, what the turbo's pushing for PSI. Hey Benny, you alright back there? What the turbo's pushing for PSI, and then yeah, just the fundamental basics. These are kind of frozen, those are pedal. I can't figure it out which one's in the actual pedal position. One's pedal position D and the other one's E, so I guess I'll figure it out with time, and I'll delete one and keep the other one. So yeah, this is my first trip on this L5P actually out of town, and my mileage is 15.8, but that's for the tank. This is not highway miles. If you know GM, they always like to have their that stuff right there. What is it? Last 50, I've been averaging 16.8, so not too impressed with the highway miles. Like I was telling you in my initial impression video, I feel like this Duramax could beat the Cummins around town, and right now that's thanks to the Allison. That's where I'm headed, but nothing's set in stone. Give me some time, guys, to tell you for sure what I've decided or what concluded on. But on the interstate, it's definitely, I feel like it's falling behind. But once again, you know, I got a little bit of drag back there, a quad, and a dinky little car trailer. It's not much, but it adds up to something, so I'll definitely keep you all posted, okay? Anyways, as always, good Lord bless you. May you all mighty fine day, and I'm just trying to show you those temps. 177.8, and we just climbed a little rolling hill, and the gauge is 208. 207 maybe, so it's quite the gap there. You know, realistically, if that was accurate right now, the coolant recovered to 176. Seems like there's like 2 thermostats on this thing, really. But if this were to show properly, I mean, think about it, where would 174 be at this current moment? So yeah, that gauge definitely maybe GM just didn't want their consumers worried. Oh, there's a lot of fluctuation. Let's chase this thing. But yeah, keep you posted, man. I'm actually excited about this. Do I miss my mega cab? Oh yeah, especially driving with my family. I miss the room. I miss the comfort creatures, but I ain't complaining. This has all the basics. Got butt coolers, butt warmers, and cruise control. What more can you ask for? And plenty of power. This L5P has plenty of power. Anyways, as you can tell, I'm excited about it. Just trying to keep you all posted. As always, may the Lord bless you, and may you all mighty fine day. Ciao, bye.